Hi, Ashley. This is Love and Light Tarot here with your life path reading. So so I'm gonna go ahead and get my spiritual cards, my daily guidance. So I'm reading here. Should you join the military? I'm struggling financially, but I got this new job that pays well from what I am used to. I'm just looking for something that can help me long term, and I don't want to commit to something that's not beneficial to me in all aspects. Number two, I stopped going to college because I owe money to the school itself and haven't been there in a while. But when I was in college, I just felt like it wasn't for me and I was failing my classes. At the end of the day, I do want to obtain a degree. In so many fields in college, I just don't know what's good for me. First, it was biology, but I don't want to do all those years to be a doctor. And now it's nursing, but I've been failing like my main courses. Yeah, okay. I always wanted to be a singer and always had a gut feeling I should go places, but I never did it because family around me didn't agree and said musicians don't go far. Very interesting. Very, very, yeah. I got the word entangled, conflicted, submerged. I got those words. And we're going to go ahead and clear this up for you. So I think that these would be better because it's not the usual. This is more specific. So I'd rather use this right away. So let's get into it, Ashley. Ashley Miley. Born June 3rd. Should she join the military? Okay, so it's just reading you right now. Excuse me. So in relation to your question with the military, okay, right now you're having some blockages with new beginnings. Delays. Your challenge is the King of Wands, which isn't really a challenge at all. This is talking about how you are overlooking the negative and you keep wanting to be the master of action. So let's just keep going here. Okay, so it's just reading you, period. So, Ashley, let me tell you, most of the decisions that you're making is blocked because of your family, okay? Especially your musician career, which I see can go forward over the next 10 years or in 10 years, I feel will be at its peak and you'll find contentment in it. But overall, when it comes to you being the master of action, especially since you're young, it's your family that's really kind of watering down your King of Wands energy. They make you feel paranoid about basically everything. They make you overthink everything, and you end up falling into a crisis of faith or an identity crisis or a path crisis, like you just don't know which one to choose. This paranoia energy where nothing is clear, and it's mainly coming because of your family. So I'm getting that a separation from them would be best. The Nine of Cups in your thoughts. This is you feeling like you definitely want something with purpose. Yes, you want your wishes to come true, but you don't want to take any risks at all with trying several different approaches. And what they're saying is that takes away from the journey of life. Nobody is going to be able to always get clear-cut answers all the time, especially when they haven't really tried everything yet. Now, you have been trying. I don't want to say that, but it's saying that don't look at life, don't look towards me as basically a shortcut, because that's what they're I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but they're saying that you're shortcutting, because they're like, okay, she's trying to get her whole life in this reading so she could just be like, I one up everybody, I got my wish come true because I know exactly what not to pursue and what to pursue. But what it is that the journey that you're missing out on is following your intuition. You have very good intuition. You really do. Especially when it comes to what feels right and what doesn't feel right. You do have very good intuition. But with your family kind of zapping you and making you feel very discontent or like out of time, you have so much life left in front of you. You shouldn't have to feel that way. But they're saying you can't receive that key as to where you get to just have your whole life path set up for you and not go through several different approaches and trials and tribulations and failures and passes just like everybody else. Everybody else had to do it. You can't get that. You can't get it so easy is what they're saying. Okay? So in the future, you have the Eight of Cups in the reverse. And this is you constantly thinking twice before moving forward. But I definitely see travel ahead of you. And this is looking like army to me. You're thinking long and hard before going down any path, period. And they're saying that each idea that you have has a journey within it. Now, there's some journeys that you went down and you didn't like it. You were supposed to go down those journeys where you didn't finish your college courses because it taught you how to use your intuition, your radar better. Like, look at the outcome of this. I'm not going to class. I'm not passing these classes. I don't like these classes. So that lets you know right then and there, if I don't have the inspiration and motivation to go, it's not for me. That's why you had to go down that path. It should not be registered as a failure. And now I feel like I'm out of time. And can I pick anything? Is anything right for me? What's right for me so that I can get something right and have an achievement? It's like you want to go from being an infant all the way to an adult and not go through the teenager process where you learn so much. Because I feel like with the King of Wands coming in as your challenge, you want to be king right now. But this is something that doesn't happen until you go through a couple of journeys first. This is like 25 to 30-year-old energy. You're not 25. There's so many lessons and journeys and things you have to go through that are going to also have very beneficial outcomes for you that you have to go down in life. But all in all, I'm seeing travel for you in the future. Now, how you see yourself right now is the Eight of Pentacles. You're ready to work hard and you're thinking that school is the answer and you're really focused on your finances and paying back debts. Paying back things. This is what you're really focused on. And you think that school is the answer. In your environment, you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is talking about how really something where you are on your own is the answer, which is the Army. Not something like college as to where you're still at home. Home is not where it's at. It's not where it's at. It's something that involves travel where you will be on your own, where you get to be your own person and you get some, I got the word commandered, which is really spelling army for me. Commandered. When you go to the army, you're going to have a different sense of self-worth and self-confidence and achievement. And that's what you really need right now, an achievement, because honestly, it's taken a toll on your emotions that certain things didn't go well for you. And then your family's nagging on you. So fears, hopes and fears. This is actually a hopeful card in the hopes and fears section. The Six of Swords is talking about travel. Everything is pointing towards travel. And I see this happening in the next 6 to 8 months or between June and August that you will be moving forward. Okay? And I really feel like you've learned all the lessons you needed to learn. You have. But they just wanted to say overall so that you won't feel like you're internalizing failures. That's why you're feeling the way you're feeling right now. That's why you feel like things are struggling. That's why you're not feeling very secure with making decisions. It's because you want to escalate very, very quickly because you feel like you're running out of time. But as you go through life, you're going to have to sometimes not get an answer. That's all they wanted you to know. Because it's within the journey. And you have to go through it. Okay? Outcome. The Chariot. But it's in the reverse. Again, travel and relocation. The outcome, according to the path that you're on right now, is if you stay where you are, you're going to be constantly thinking how to put your life in alignment and how to get control of it. You're going to be constantly thinking about what your purpose and direction is if you stay, if you don't take this new beginning, where I see you being put in a high level rank or position. And I just see you fearing travel, fearing this, but your outcome is you actually leaving. Don't be so hard on yourself. This is you meditating and thinking, contemplating, but I feel like what this is saying is the decision that you make where your thoughts are the most stable, where things just make sense, that's what you should always go with in life, with the strength card being here. Tame that beast that makes you feel like things are out of order. You're being pulled in two different directions. Two things sound really, 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 really good. No, it's the thing that just makes more sense. Because I don't know if your school applies to this, but tuition reimbursement, the Army pays back those things. And I just knew I was going to also see that in the reading as another reason to go. But some colleges don't apply, just like coupons don't apply to all locations. But yeah, okay. The things that just make sense to you is what's always the go-to in your life. Okay, Ashley? And this just makes sense. It will be long-term. The Army has long-term benefits. You can learn a degree program in the Army, and you won't have to be around your family who is kind of watering down your tenacity. So that's your life lesson. The life lesson is to find strength in the things that make sense. What makes sense? If 4 things on that list sound good, then that's what you should go to. If it's 4 reasons why you like this thing, then that's why you should go with it. 10 of Pentacles. Like I said, over the next 10 years, I see an escalation for you, okay? Where you will have a home, you will have a car, you will have a career, you will have those benefits, and everything will make sense. It's also a possibility that you may be seeing the benefits as early as October 2017. I see both. When it comes to your singing career, there's going to be times I feel that emotional experiences such as these can be used in your content, in your singing songwriting projects. 4 of Wands. I see you leaving home. Queen of Cups in the reverse. They say, please apply action behind this idea to leave home because you don't have a lot of encouragement in your home. It's and with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, this is building resentment in you towards your family members. A decision to be made with the 2 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. That idea, you have a good idea, and that idea involves really like the Army, because with this guy, it's like he's giving out uniforms or giving out medals. This isn't a school-based card, and this isn't this is also a singing card, like you being in the spotlight, in the limelight. Both of those ideas that get you excited are what's for you. And that's another thing about the Page of Pentacles lesson. What do you get excited about? Does that adrenaline shoot up when you just think about the possibilities and even think about the responsibility and the accountability of that journey? And you're like, yeah, but I'm here for it. I know that there's going to be long nights. I know that there's going to be a shape-shifting time for me where I have to completely remold myself, but I want it. Sometimes certain responsibilities still get us excited. So that's also a part of your life lesson, life purpose lesson. Things that excite you, things that just make fucking sense. Those are the things to go with. And you'll have this as second nature as you get older, especially within the next 10 years. So again, 6 is your magic number. 6 to 8 months, 6 to 8 weeks, or between June and August. I see advancement for you, and I see you being in the public eye or just stunting on haters, doing something that makes you feel good, okay? And it's going to take hard work. You get in what you put out. But the High Priestess in the reverse is saying finishing college credits is not the way to go, okay? The High Priestess in the upright is saying, oh, there's something that you've already thought of and you've already started. That's a good idea. That's your life purpose. Go with that. But in the reverse, they're saying, no, not right now, okay? So start following your intuition a little bit more too. That's another life lesson. And speak up for yourself. You're going to come into this life lesson later, especially when it comes to women in authority, like a mom, an older sister. Speaking up or showing those people. Because the same thing happened with me. I didn't have a lot of encouragement in my home at all. And my mom used to be like, what you're talking about is not even feasible. That is not going to happen. Yeah, keep dreaming. And I'm like, damn. She's like, I just want you to know that you got to keep it realistic. And I'm like, no. What I'm doing is going to work. That's this. Proving people wrong. What I'm doing is going to work. As above, so below. I feel this in my loins, honey. There's another side of me, Mom, that you just don't know. There's another side of me, fam, that you just don't know. And I'm going to show you. And that's motivating too. So the Fool card in the reverse talks about you being scared to take a risk. But also your life lesson is when you go through things that are traumatic, come out resilient. Come out with a new way of thinking out of traumatic experiences. Like, damn, I didn't do very well in that. But you know what I learned? This. I got a new idea. Now I know what doesn't work for me. The Fool card in the reverse never sees a negative in a situation. It's just like me in love. Like, man, you know, that really hurt. But damn, if that wasn't a fun experience, man. And they're like, you're the type of bitch who'll get on a ride, scream, throw up, almost about to die, get off and say, let's do it again. Because you're like the fool. You're like, that's the fool in the reverse. I didn't die. I was scared, but I didn't die. You know what I'm saying? The fool is resilient in the reverse. Okay? That's another life lesson that they wanted me to share with you. Also, I'm seeing when you go down failures, when you go down paths that you think are failures, come out of that with a brainstorming session and honesty. Like, okay, that just wasn't for me. And I see you doing that. I see you being very honest with yourself along the way. And you need to applaud yourself for that. You're very responsible. You're somebody who's going to always be responsible. And as you get older and escalate to the queen from the page, you're going to start handling challenges in a more sensible manner, where you take it easy on yourself and you focus on nothing but your goal. You don't let these outside distractions, these outside messages. You see how she doesn't even see the rabbit? She's like, no, I'm focusing on my financial goals. I'm focusing on my security. I'm focusing on what makes me feel good, what's going to brand me as a person, having a good relationship with money, making the right decisions. You're very responsible, Ashley. And you need to know that you are, and you're really good at planning this young. So you're going to have even more things that you're curious about. But when it comes to things that you're curious about, your lesson is the Ten of Swords. When things don't work out, be the phoenix that rises from the ashes and see it as a rebirth and have a quicker response time to that rebirth. And I'm also seeing that you're going to really leave your fam, okay? So things are going to move forward in August, all right? So for the next 8 weeks. So Ashley always wanted to be a singer. What are the messages behind Ashley being a singer? Ashley, born June 3rd. The Three of Cups. Now, this is a card of being seen and recognized, but just right now, you don't have a lot of faith in that happening, especially due to naysayers or gossipers, but mainly like naysayers, okay? So that's what's going on right now. But in the upright, talks about a celebration and something that is a great achievement and people really enjoying you, something that brings you great joy. I see this taking off, okay? And then over the next 6 years, you're going to be in the limelight, okay? Knight of Pentacles. This talks about somebody telling you not to waste your time because it's slow, it's arduous, the money comes in very slowly. This is what's in your foundation. This is what is influencing your decisions right now. And this is mainly coming from a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn in your family. So, in the past, you thought, if this is my destiny, then it will be. But someone may have changed that way of thinking as to where they make it seem like it's your free will that will make this work and that you would have to turn this big wheel into progression. So right now, look at you. You were born to be a star. It's just in the reverse because someone is making you feel hopeless, but you were born to shine. Creative energy, revealing your naked truths to someone through a creative way, singing. You know, that's exactly what singing is. Someone revealing their naked truths in a creative way. So in the future, we have the King of Swords. This is you. Having clarity and strategy on how to make your dreams come true with the singing career. How you see yourself, bam. You see it as the Ace of Pentacles. You're like, no, I got value to the game. I can add value to the game. I see future with this. I see money in abundance. I see this as my God-given gift. This is my God-given talent. I'm talented. This is how you see yourself. Your environment? Well, as long as it's a foundation, you know. But a lot of people see you as a very creative person. Very creative. You know how to have fun. You have energy. You're feisty. You're everything for a singer. You're probably in shape. You probably have many multifaceted talents, and a lot of people in your environment see this, especially a particular Aries, Leo, or Sag, and there's going to be a helpful woman in the future who's a fire sign that's going to help you with this and going to help you enhance this, or an intuitive woman. Could be me, okay? That's helping you with this. Hopes and fears, you're fearing like you're making a worry tree about this. Like, what if mom was right? What if things slowly roll in and I only focus on my music career and don't focus on anything else and I fall short? Seven of Pentacles is talking about you get in what you put out. I'm sorry, you get out what you put in. Your outcome, wow, the sun. The sun. Everything's going to be okay fucking card when it comes to your singing career. Only reason why it's in the reverse is because you don't have the confidence right now. But guess what? If I was to do this, shuffle this again later this week, I bet you this will come up in the upright because I'm giving you that confidence. This is something that will help feed your inner child. This is something where I see you attracting a lot of attention and you basically authors and people who write books, things that touch the entire world, people who touch the entire world on a vast scale get this card. Okay? So that's you. So I see your singing career being very promising. I do not have any multiples in this reading, even though I feel like this is going to happen over the next 10 years. But you do have a 10 right here with the 10th major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. You have more so major arcana cards. So it's saying when you're ready, it will happen. Excuse me. And I feel like it will happen once something is finished. Once there's the milestone is achieved or there's an end of the road achieved or things start stabilizing for you with one financial goal, then you'll be able to work in your singing career. That's when I see it happening. Okay? So that's your reading. Thank you so much for coming in. Hope this reading helps you in some way. All right. Bye-bye.